Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of the video, today's video is going to be my baby nighttime routine, how we made our 8-week-old baby sleep with the full night. So if you still didn't subscribe, please do hit the notification bell down below if you're into cleaning, organizing, decluttering, baby videos now, hauls. This is the right channel for you. Without further ado, let's get into the video. I know there's a lot of hauls, home and baby videos, and I know a lot of you guys are here for the cleaning videos. Reason why there's no cleaning, I still have to move in my new house, hopefully end of May, so cleaning will be back stronger than ever. But in the meanwhile, while I wait, because I love YouTube so much, I'm doing videos about my baby C that I have here on my neck. So my baby is currently 9 weeks old. I'm recording this video on the 8th of May. Don't know when it will go on YouTube. Probably it's going to take me a while to edit, but he started sleeping the full night since he was 8 weeks old. So I'm going to talk a little bit through my baby, how different things worked for us, and blah 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 blah. So our baby loved to sleep. He never gave us problems at night time. He sleeps loads during the day. Obviously he's more awake during the day because he's more active now. Sometimes he has colic, sometimes, but overall he's such a calm baby. Anywhere we go, anywhere we bring him, he's so good. Like, I have no complaints. And he did sleep loads during the night. He would wake up like maybe like once during the night around 2 or 3 to get his feed, and then he would just fall back asleep. And like, he could go through like 4 or 5 hours without eating during the night. He was so good. So we didn't really get bothered to wake up around 2 or 3 because it was fine. He did sleep then loads until the morning. So we didn't really have a newborn stage where he cried loads or where he wanted to eat loads. He was always very good with sleeping, and he was good. Falls asleep everywhere. So obviously I think that helped loads, on the fact that we kind of like, we're trying to get him used to get out of the house and do different things. So I want to start the video with 2 main points. The first one is that all babies are different. Some babies sleep loads forever. Some babies sleep loads and they might not sleep after. Some babies never sleep and always have problems with sleeping. So obviously this is what helped us, what worked for us. Might work for you, might not work for you. All babies are different. Another point is probably a lot of people could comment underneath, oh, he's probably sleeping now, he won't sleep after. Could be like he's still 2 months, maybe when his teeth come out. I know babies sometimes when their teeth come out, they have problems sleeping for the pain. My mom with me, my sister, she never had problems with sleeping. We always slept. Some people had kids that did sleep, babies, and then when their teeth came out, or 4 months regression, all this stuff. So some people, they do get these things, some people know. So baby C might be sleeping now, maybe in a month he might not be sleeping anymore, but this is what helped us. I'm pretty confident that he will be a baby that does sleep just the way he is at night time, but maybe he gets his 4 months regression and not sleep anymore. So this is what is working right now. I don't know if it will work next week, following week, so don't come at me. So I'm going to give you some points. Now I'm going to start the video that I feel even without these points my baby will sleep throughout the night, because he doesn't really need these things, because he's the type of baby that he just loves to sleep. But if you're struggling, I think these points might help you, because I know people that did struggle, use this kind of stuff, and it did really work. So I'm just gonna start. Obviously we're trying to get into a routine. I'm not gonna lie, me and my husband, we both work. We don't really have a set time for certain things. You know, he might get his bath at 9 or half 9 or 10. We're trying to do the same times, but we work, so we come home very late because we work at night. So, but it's still a bit early for a routine, but try to get yourself into our routine. And I did do a lot of research with my baby, because all these videos would come on my TikTok. How is my newborn sleeping? All this stuff. Point number 1, I try to keep him active during the day. Like, he's sleeping now and he has been sleeping for 4 hours, but he was just tired. So I don't really annoy him. If he wants to sleep, he sleeps. If he's awake, I'll do activities. Like, you know, if he's sleeping, I'm not going to wake him up. He's still a baby. He's going to decide that himself when he's not tired. But when he's up, like, there's some days that he just doesn't love to sleep. Not that he cries, but he's just like with his eyes open. So I like to entertain him. For example, this week, it's a hot week. We go for walks. He loves going for walks. And he always falls asleep. As soon as he hears the stroller and he feels the fresh air, he just falls asleep. So these kind of activities that do make him tired, you arrive at the end of the day that you're just tired. Now for someone like me that is an adult, no, but for a baby, that's a big thing. So different activities I use is playmat that I order from Amazon and insert videos. Do activities on the playmat like tummy time, I put some music on, play with little toys, just try to make them, try to entertain him. Like obviously he can't see in his bassinet for like 15 hours, like he's getting old. Going for walks, long walks, doing activities like I like to show him play cards, different colors for his eyes to develop, songs, I don't know, different Spotify playlists for babies, playmat, walks. I put him on his chair, try to entertain him. Obviously it's very hard because he's still 2 months, so obviously the more he will go ahead, but I try to entertain him just to make him tired. Now I don't do that to make him tired, because our days, because obviously we both work and we're renovating the home, could be a day where we went for a walk like today, or it could be a day where we work all day and Carlo is at home all day. So even if he doesn't go for the walk, he would still sleep. But as I said, a lot of babies, these things will help him to fall asleep. Don't kind of like, I do take my baby in consideration, but I know he will sleep even if he doesn't do activities, because like this, we didn't do many activities because I was working every day, my parents-in-law were here minding him, but I know that a lot of people really do this. So I try to do it as well, because apart from the sleeping, I just feel like he needs to do activities. So going for walks, make him tired, play with him, play mat. You can search on internet stuff that babies at 2 months can do, so you can put little cards with contrast colors. Try to keep him active and like learn things as well. Like my baby is speaking loads since last week, obviously not words but sounds, so I try to interact him, so that's the main thing. Second thing, obviously it's a routine that, as I said, we don't really have, we do have, but we don't really have, as we both work and it's early. You really want to get in a routine in a few months where he just knows. But I think so far he knows that we come home at a certain time, it's bath time, feeding time. I think obviously his body is getting into that. So our routine where you know that you're gonna bath him, feed him, change him, whatever. Yes, then his sleeping environment, obviously because he's 2 months old, he still sleeps in his little cot beside us. When he will be 6 months old, he will go in his nursery and that's it. Obviously because he's young. So obviously the sleeping environment, I like to make it cozy. Some babies love to sleep with black pitch, like literally black, like my nephew. Some babies prefer a light. I feel my baby likes the light, so I bought a little baby light on Amazon, put that on. I'm not going to put my bedside table on, it's too strong, I can't sleep with that, so I bought baby light. Love that. Different setting of lights, different things, and I just like to make the work environment cozy. So fresh sheets in his cot, sleeping bag, warm room, baby light. Sometimes, even though he doesn't need to, I like to put white noise, baby songs to help him fall asleep. Kind of like you understand, like I feel like the baby has to understand, even if they're young, but they will when it's time to sleep. So black room means we're sleeping, daytime, light, like he has to associate this room with sleeping, dark with sleeping, like when it's time to sleep. So when it's time to eat, when it's time to play, when it's time to sleep. So I like to make a cozy environment. So another thing, I know it's very hard for a lot of parents. If you're a first time parent, I have to say that I never touch the baby, or I'm not that anxious if he's there. Like I hear that he makes sounds and stuff, but once I'm in bed, I just fall asleep. I might wake up a few times to see if everything is okay, but I'm not that type of person that's constantly checking. And I know that's a problem that a lot of people have. Obviously, it's understandable. Your first baby, you want to see if he breathes, blah, 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 blah. But we're not really those type of people that get very anxious. So obviously we sleep, he sleeps, but I feel like not bothering him as much. Like my baby's the type of baby that once he sleeps, he just loves to sleep. He looks on the other side. That's it. Just loves it. But if you keep, obviously I like to check him a few times, but maybe try not to make a lot of noise or bother him. Like I feel like if you're constantly touching him, constantly, like he will maybe wake up, get annoyed. Like it's so hard. Like imagine if someone is constantly touching you. So obviously do check the baby and don't touch him 500 times. Don't wake him 500 times, because that will confuse him. Like yeah, a baby monitor, like a Howlet sock, a baby monitor that you can put under the mattress, and then instead of like waking him up, you can just check your app. A lot of people do that. So another thing that we loved was a sleeping bag. We start swaddling our baby at the start because that's what they used to do in the hospital, and then my baby was too small for a sleeping bag as he was born early. Problem with swaddling, you need to do it very good, and that made me very anxious because I was always checking him, because I know obviously they don't really move at the start, but when they start moving, especially now, blankets could go on their face, suffocate. And no, sleeping bag, not too hot for him, so comfy, you know he's not going to suffocate. Like again, that's another thing that will give you a peace of mind. I'm going to link the one that I used down below that was recommended by my sister. I even have a discount code with them. And I loved it. I didn't get scared of suffocating. I know it was the right temperature, because on their website they have different togs that will tell you what temperature you can use it for depending on your room. So you know he's not going to sweat, because again, like babies might not sleep if they're too hot, if they're too cold. The right clothes, right vest, right sleeping bag, a suture. I always bring a suture pacifier upstairs. My baby's not really into sutures, just when he's angry, but like maybe when he's waking up, or he might be like a bit, I don't know, dreaming or just moving, just put a suture in, falls back asleep in 1 second. This is a hit or miss because a lot of babies don't use sutures or dummies, whatever, but if your baby does, always have one in your room. And then yeah, so obviously room environment. Then the bath. Now this might be a bit because I know a lot of people like to give their baby a bath around 6:30, 7. I'm not gonna lie, I gave my baby a bath around 9:30, 10. There's a reason for this. I used to give my baby a bath very early. Anyways, I usually work around 6, but my mum did. But because my baby was a bit constipated, I felt like giving him a bath late helped him to go to the toilet and relaxed him even more, like so much with the bath. But late, it was just a game changer, because I gave him a bath around that time, change him, give him a spot, falls asleep. Now I know a lot of people do that at 6, but by doing it like that, he will sleep all night. Whereas if I might do it at 6 or 7, he might wake up, and then I don't know. I just like it that way. I know it's a bit late, maybe we'll do it a bit before once he gets older, but he has to eat anyways around that time, so that's ideal. Maybe later on when he will go to bed around 8 or 9, I'll give him a bath 7. But again, these are the points for a newborn, so obviously his routine will change, let's say in 2 months, and I'm going to do another video. So with the bath, I have some precise points. I like to be very organized with the bath. How I give him the bath, so I have a big bath for babies. I like to use the right temperature, good relaxing products for his skin so it doesn't get irritated. I like to use Aveeno. When I have to wash him normally, I use normal Aveeno. Before bed, I use the relaxing one for sleeping. Love that. And then I like to use all his baby products, so brush his hair, put his cream, pseudo cream. I like to use a face cream. I like to dry him properly. This is another point that my mum always said. Nothing wet, I don't know, behind his ears, underneath his neck. Like he doesn't have to go to bed wet. He has to be dry because it's very dangerous. Another important point that obviously my parents taught me as well, like the bath is not just a washing process where you wash him and he's out. I like like to leave him in the bath for a few minutes where he plays. My baby absolutely loves water, like all babies, so he likes to kick and like kind of like swim. So it's not only like a washing thing, it's actually a fun activity thing as well. So I like him to get his energy out, play. Like he has to understand it's bath time, it's fun time. He has to understand that water is not scary, so it's cool. So obviously I wash him, wash his hair, wash his body, wash his face, but I like for him to have fun as well before bed. Like he kind of has to say bath, washing, having fun, playing in the bath. And then obviously fresh clothes. I always a fresh pajama and change them. Then I go downstairs, make his bottle. My baby is currently drinking 180 ml of milk, which is 6 or 7 ounces. I think 6, I'm gonna write it here. Now another point is I don't force my baby to drink it all. We used to do that. Sometimes he gets sick. He lets me understand what he drinks. Some nights he might drink the whole bottle. Some nights he might drink 3/4. At the start I was kind of like, oh, he might wake up more. Maybe he's gonna be hungry. No, like yesterday night, he didn't even finish the bottle. He might have like drank 3/4. He slept like 9 hours. So if he's not hungry, don't force your baby. You might force him, he might get like stomach colics, might get sick. They're very smart. They will tell you when they're not hungry. So it's not because he's going to bed he has to drink it all. In my case, now with my baby, a lot of people might think this is crazy, but he loves to sit with us. Literally, like he loves to sit like an adult sit. He loves sitting like this. I know it can be dangerous, but like on cushions, stuff like that. Obviously he doesn't do that for like an hour, but before we bring him to bed, he loves to sit beside me and his daddy on the sofa while we're watching TV. Like he literally loves to stay here, and he will fall asleep in 5 minutes. Usually my baby falls asleep when he's drinking the bottle, but he loves to fall asleep like that, and then he falls asleep and we just bring him to bed. Sometimes I might put him to bed. I like to put him to bed when he's still like half awake, half asleep, because I want him to fall asleep by himself in the bed. This is another point. A lot of people co-sleep. Everyone does whatever they want. I don't agree with co-sleep. Not safe, first of all, not hygienic. I know a lot of people do that, but it's just something I don't like and I'll never do. And like you always have to think if he's breathing, if he's safe, like it's not safe. And then I want the baby to understand that this is me and my husband's bed. This is where he sleeps, and he has his own bed, which is beside us now, and he will sleep in his big bed when he's 6 months. I like to co-sleep on something like that. I'm not judging. Everyone can do whatever they want. This is what I want to do. But that's why I love to put the baby in the bed when his eyes are still half open. He's a bit drowsy, like he doesn't understand what's happening, and he kind of understands that he has to fall asleep by himself in the bed. And even when I bring him upstairs, like he might wake up and be a bit drowsy and then he falls asleep. Like he just knows it's bedtime, it's time to sleep. Now once he's in his bed, he'll fall asleep by himself and he's just like knocked out. Like he will just sleep, that's it. He won't cry, he won't wake up. Only times where my baby did give out, it's when he has a problem. So once he had a stuffed nose, so couldn't sleep because he couldn't really breathe. Once he didn't go to the toilet, like dirty nappy for a few days, so he kept trying push, but we never had bad nights with him. Maybe like 2 times. Yeah, so the first night was so scary because he had his milk at 8 o'clock and he didn't wake up for his next feed. We put him to bed and he slept until like 7 o'clock. So we were like, Jesus, that's a lot. The next day he went to bed to 10 and woke up at 8, and that's how we didn't really, he just did it. Obviously he's grown up more and he's gonna eat less, like he's gonna cut these type of things. Now how it works is we give him back around 9:30. He will eat around 10, 10:30. Asleep, we just bring him to bed and put his light on. Obviously we might go downstairs and like put our monitor on or just watch a movie in the bedroom. Another thing is I'm pro with noise. I don't really like when people say don't make noise, the baby might wake up. I love that my baby got used to noise. Like he's asleep now, I might hoover the house. We do everything in the house like we do every day. He has to get used to noise. Hoovers, TV, cooking, people speaking, because if you will get your baby to used to no noise, then he will never fall asleep. Like our baby could fall asleep in the pram outside, in the car. And like if you get your baby used to no noise or sound, he will only sleep at home, and then every time you go out, he'll never sleep. So this is another thing, like try to get me, like when I come in the bed at night time, I just do whatever I do. Now obviously I don't really bang on the wall, but I go to the bathroom, I might put my pajama, I walk, I charge my phone. Like I don't do things silent, because he has to understand that there's sound in the room like everyone, and he never wakes up. Like he sleeps like a rock hard. Like I might bring him to the new house sometimes, we're renovating there, like there's a lot of drilling things, he just doesn't wake up. So this is another thing that helps him sleep all night, because if you use your baby to no noise sound, then anytime there's sound, he will just wake up and not sleep, and that would just be a nightmare. So just continue your routine. That doesn't mean drilling beside his ear, but Hoover, TV, cooking, speaking like this tone, and we never had a problem. So I even put his bassinet under the TV when he's sleeping. Like this is something very important for sleeping patterns, because like it's impossible to have a house or an environment where there's no sound for sleep. So after we give him his milk, he might sit with us on the sofa 10 minutes, falls asleep, bring him upstairs, and he will sleep from 10:30, 11 until to 7:30, 8 o'clock. This is so good for newborn. Then when they get around 5-6 months, they might sleep for from 7:30, 7 until the next morning. We don't really care, because we go to bed late, so we're not the type of people that go to bed at 9. So we go to bed around 1. So for us, 10:30, 11, 8 o'clock, it's like wow. Like this yesterday night, he fell asleep. I think it was like 10:30. He woke up at 7:45, 8 this morning. That's just I didn't sleep like this even before I had kids. Now again, maybe he did it like these 2 weeks, whatever. Maybe tomorrow he's not going to sleep anymore. Maybe he will get his 4-month regression and he won't sleep anymore. Maybe he will get his teeth out and he won't sleep anymore. I don't know. Maybe he will sleep forever like this. It can be a hit or miss. I don't know what's going to happen. So far, this is what he's doing, and and it didn't happen once. He did it every night. So loving life. So I'm not sitting here being like, oh, my child sleeps every night. This is what he did so far. Maybe things will change. Probably things will change because with babies, but so far he's an angel, and we never had problems with his sleep since the day I brought him home. He's been an angel. So hopefully he will stay like this. So this is what helped. And then sleep. During the morning, he will wake up. He's such a silent baby. Like he doesn't really, morning he will give out a little bit, move. That makes me understand he's awake. I'll bring him downstairs and his day starts. So this is what we do. Simple, nothing extra, nothing, major. But we really work around these things. Now, everyone is different. I understand that. Some people like to use light, some people don't. Some people like to go sleep, some people don't. I'm not sitting here saying that you have to do what I do or what you do is wrong. Maybe what I do is wrong. Some people might not agree with my theories. This is what we do, what works for us and what we like. It doesn't mean that if we don't like something that other people do, they don't have to do it. And it doesn't mean that if some people don't like our ways, we don't have to do it. This is what we do with our baby. But everyone does it differently, and it's okay. I'm not sitting here judging. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just sharing my tips of what worked for us, and I really hope it will work for you. So maybe other people can give me tips on certain things, but I'm just sharing it because I know a lot of people like to research these things. I know a lot of people like to have tips on how to make their baby fall asleep, and I know that a lot of people, when they have their first child and no help, maybe they just don't know what to do. So finding these videos, like I remember when I was pregnant, a lot of videos came up on my TikTok, how to make your baby sleep, and it was very useful to save those videos and see what other people did. I might agree with some things, I might not agree with certain things, but it was nice to see, because obviously I never had kids before, so I had no clue. So I hope this helped you guys, and I'm gonna go downstairs. Baby is sleeping 5 hours. He was wrecked today, and I'm just here sitting, and yeah, I'm probably gonna go for a walk because it's a nice day out. And guys, thank you for watching the video and keeping me company as usual. I hope I gave you some help, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.